Hi there. I'm Chris Bazzelli, one of the wellness coordinators within TriHealth, and today I'm joined by a registered dietitian, Carolyn Sawirs, and she's taken a few minutes out of her day to answer some questions that participants have submitted regarding health and nutrition. How you doing today, Carolyn?
I'm doing great. How about you, Chris?
Very well, thank you. How long have you been a dietitian with TriHealth?
I've been a dietitian for about 14, 15 years.
Wow, okay, so you can say she's coming with a vast variety of knowledge and experience. Okay, so I'm gonna jump right into these questions. You ready?
Yes, let's go.
Let's see if we can stump her. First one is, what is the best food to lose weight? I know it's kind of general, but let's see how you do.
So, Chris, I don't recommend eating any particular food or specific food to help you lose weight. However, when trying to lose weight, I recommend eating high protein, high fiber foods because protein and fiber, they both help keep you fuller longer.
Okay, sounds good to me. Okay, next question. This one's pretty cool. What are some unique ways of, or alternative ways of cooking veggies that are relatively low carb to help keep those carbs down, since a lot of people are just focused on those now, that make food less boring, to be blunt?
So I recommend changing it up a little bit. So try grilling, roasting, even stir frying is a great way to change it up. Choose different spices. I love using Mrs. Dash.
Oh, Mrs. Dash is good.
Yes, absolutely. And just different spice mixtures, different fresh herbs, but also changing the shape of the vegetables keeps it pretty interesting. So whether you want to dice, mince, shred, or spiral the vegetables.
Okay, that's cool. I never thought of changing the shape, but I'm definitely going to try that now. Next question is, what are some healthy ways to eat on a budget?
So, Chris, I recommend planning ahead. Just mapping your meals out for the week is super important. Make a shopping list and stick to the shopping list. That way, you're not just going out of your way grabbing a bunch of snacks or fast food. And make sure when you're going grocery shopping that you're not hungry and stick to that shopping list for sure. So buy the basics like brown rice, pasta, cereals, things like that, and buy produce that's in season. So it's more abundant and it's cheaper. And also remember that you could freeze just about anything. So if you have any extras when you cook, just go ahead and freeze it for another meal. You don't just have to freeze only meats and vegetables, but you could also freeze pasta. You could freeze cheese and things like that.
Okay. I know myself sometimes if I go to the grocery store after the gym when I'm real hungry, that bill is always bigger. So that's a good tip. Next question is, for all of us that are on the go like we all seem to be as of late, what are some ways to snack healthy while on the go?
So when you're choosing snacks, you want to try to get snacks that are high in protein and also snacks that contain some fiber in it, like fruits and vegetables. So I recommend things like a trail mix, jerky, kind bars, hard-boiled eggs, string cheese, and or even some roasted chickpeas.
Okay, sounds tasty. Another popular question with a lot of people eating this way is the keto diet. Could you explain kind of what the keto diet is and what are the smarter and healthier ways to eat if you wanted to eat keto?
Absolutely. So the keto diet is a high-fat diet. It's moderate in protein and very low in carbohydrates. So if you want to be smart about following the keto diet, I recommend eating more of the unsaturated fats and like the ones that are found in fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, herring, sardines, and tuna. Fats that are found in healthy nuts and healthy oils.
Okay. Okay, so for the next question, it's for people kind of on the other side of the spectrum. Somebody's interested in trying to gain muscle and strength. What are some ways that they can eat in order to achieve those goals?
Build muscle, you need protein. So focusing on those high protein foods is really important, like meats, eggs, cheese, milk, yogurt. If you're vegetarian or vegan, you want to focus more on nuts and legumes, lentils, beans, and chickpeas, and things like that. Also, when eating a high protein diet, make sure you're getting enough calories as well.
This is probably one of my favorite questions, this next question here. Pretty straightforward and blunt. How can I cook something healthy and tasty?
Great question, Chris. So I love to cook balanced meals. So that way you're hitting every food group. You're not missing anything. So start out with your protein first, and then pick a starch, and then fill up the rest of your plate with non-starchy vegetables. Change up the seasoning, change up the way you cook the meals so you keep it interesting.
Great idea. So if I'm having people over once we all get vaccinated and we're living in this new world and we can all hang out again, and I'm cooking for 6 or more people, what are some ways for cooking healthy for a large group of people?
So, Chris, I recommend choosing recipes that you can double, but also using your crock pot or your instant pot makes things easier. So, I love making soups, chilies in my crock pot or instant pot. But also, you could throw in a lean roast or even some chicken breast and make shredded chicken. You could use that on tacos, on your salad, or even make power bowls.
Okay. And for someone who's not very good at cooking like me, you just put it in the pot and press the button?
Yes, absolutely.
All
You
right.
got it.
I think we can all do that. Next question is fairly important, and it's kind of a little off the food side and a little bit more on the supplement side. So if someone is interested in taking supplements, what supplements would you recommend, if any?
So I don't recommend just taking supplements for the sake of taking supplements. So I definitely recommend following up with your physician, getting tested. If you're deficient in certain vitamins, then the doctor can recommend some supplements for you. One common deficiency here in Ohio is vitamin D. Just because we're far away from the equator, we don't get a lot of sunlight. So making sure your physician is testing for vitamin D levels. But also, if you're eating a healthy diet, you're including foods from different food groups, you don't necessarily need supplements. But if you're vegan or have some dietary restrictions or are lactose intolerant, you may be lacking on certain supplements. So definitely follow up with your physician or a dietitian to help you determine which vitamins or supplements you need to be taking.
So just because someone on Instagram says take this, I shouldn't just take it?
Absolutely not.
She's right. Next question touches on a pretty important topic of a lot of foods start to label themselves as organic, and a lot of people tend to associate that with healthier. Are organic foods always healthier, and what is an organic food?
So organic foods doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthier in terms of nutrients. However, organic foods are lower in pesticides. So I recommend looking up the Dirty Dozen food list. And if you're going to buy organic, buy from that food list. So that food list includes strawberries, leafy greens like kale or collard greens, or spinach. Also peaches and grapes and tomatoes and things like that. If they're available in organic, I would buy them organic.
Sounds good. Okay, we're going to shift gears now towards exercise. If someone is getting ready to do an intense workout, what are the best ways to fuel themselves before and after that workout?
All right, Chris. So before you're getting to do an intense workout, you want to make sure that you're not eating right before your workout. You want to make sure that you eat like maybe an hour before your workout. and include something that's easy to digest. So I recommend simple carbohydrates, something like a white piece of bread, yogurt, or some cereal with milk. And after your workout, you want to make sure that you are eating a high protein food within 1 to 2 hours of your workout. So those are like meats, eggs, cheese, milk, yogurt, things like that. But also including a complex carbohydrate with it. So that could be like a whole wheat or whole grain bagel with some peanut butter, or doing like some whole grain pasta with some meat sauce, things
Okay.
like that.
I've saved the toughest one for last. If someone comes to you and says, what's the best diet? Is it keto? Is it intermittent fasting? Is it low carb? What would you tell that person?
So the best diet for you is a personalized diet. Yes, so a diet that fits your environment, your social events, your living situation, your absolute health, your budget, all of it. Definitely recommend seeing a registered dietitian to come up with a personalized diet for you. However, if I would recommend any diet, I would probably recommend the Mediterranean diet. It's a very healthy diet. It's high in healthy fats, fruits, vegetables, and legumes.
Okay. So that's it for our questions for you. Thanks so much for your time today. If anyone has any follow-up questions or more specific questions for Carolyn, you can reach out to me, and I'll share my contact info below. And I can get you in touch with her, or I can ask her directly and share that answer with you. So thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.